Okay then, today's the day. Hopefully we're going to turn this pile of lumber into a workbench for me in here. I've went too long without having a good workbench, so I've been planning on this for a while. So today's the day we're going to get into it. I'll build a 6x2 workbench. I know 2 feet is a little shallow, but I don't have much room in here, so that's what it's just going to have to be. Whatever I don't make up for in depth, I'm going to make up for in width, hopefully. So that's subject to change, but it should work. I can get this lumber off here. I'm having an R-peak moment, I feel like. I need to cut this video up into about 6 or 7 clips and put them all up separately, I guess. But I already got stung by a fucking wasp out here. I'm telling you what, that makes me so mad. Hardly ever get stung by anything, but that one got me. And I promise you this, I'm gonna kill every one of those things I possibly find the whole rest of the summer. That is not gonna happen again, if I can help it. They're gonna suffer. So anyway, let me get going on this. I'll bring you up back when we do a little more. And I'm just working off of a plan here in my head. I'm not going by any of these silly how-to plans off the internet that try to sell you stuff also. I'm just coming up with something on my own. So we'll see how it turns out. Back in a bit. Alright, got my 6 legs cut, as our peak would say. Had a couple pieces left over. I'm glad I bought those 12-foot lengths treated 4x4, because I've got them in 8-foot. 8-foot's what I used on one of those poles out there. But the 8-foot was like 13 something, and these were like 14 something. So I'm like, really? Okay. So I use those. I use those for stuff. So now I'm going to take a quick run into the house, get something to drink, and then I'm going to start framing everything up. Now remember, I'm not a professional carpenter. I'm just a DIYer. Okay then, that's got one long side done, and it's got to repeat for the other. And then I'll get the 2 long sides put together, which is going to be fun because I got to kind of stand them up and get them where they need to be, and then drill and screw it in and stuff like that at the same time. So it's always fun. And then after that, I will. That's for this thing here. Here we go. Got my plywood over here ready to go. We got some nice thick plywood because it's going to take a lot of abuse, I'm sure. So anyway, yeah, so far it's been a fun project. Enjoying this, except for my damn finger being aching. But whatever. Like I said, I crossed paths with one of those red wasps again, and it's going to die. Even if it's not even doing anything to me, it's going to be just for revenge. It's gonna be a revenge killing. Okay then, so here's where I'm at so far, and just ready to cut the top piece and that shelf down there out of my plywood, and it's gonna be done for now. Now I know you may be looking at this and thinking, man, well, your carpenter's kind of weird, dude. Well, yeah, it is, because I was trying to save every scrap piece I could, so I wound up with like, how many was it? 1, 2, 3, 4 pieces of these 24-inch scraps. So I used let's see, 3 of them. No, it was more than that. 5, I guess. I had 5 of them somehow. Yes, I did. So I used 1 at the end, 2, 3 on the bottom for that bottom shelf, and then 1 here and 1 here, and then I had to cut 1 for right there. So that's why, you know, ideally, again, let me remind you that I kind of ad-libbed this thing. I didn't have plans to go by. I just kind of started. I had an idea in my head what I wanted to do with it. So to make it look better, you would, and more finished, I guess, you would ideally notch these 4x4s to inset your 2x4s or whatever you're using for your framework there, to make it look more, you know, you wouldn't have so much of this. You could put them on the outside, I guess, and not have so much of this fence post looking effect, but I didn't, and I'm not going to, because it's a lot of extra work, and I'm not capable of doing that easily, so I'm not going to do it. I didn't, so this is going to work for me. This is going to be the front, and I'm going to have I extended this out because, like I said, there was a kind of a fence rail effect here, fence effect with these things sticking out. So I thought about just taking these and flipping them like this on the outside, and then I thought, nah, I'm not going to all that trouble. So it's stout. I think once we get the top and the shelf on, it's really going to be good. And I may come back. The problem is I've run out of. I might be able to do that with that piece. I may come later and add another frame on the outside, but I don't really see a need to, because my shelf's only going to come out to right here. I'm not going to worry about trying to, you know, and I kind of did this the wrong way. I kind of made my shelf not level. I should have inset that, but I ain't going to worry about it. I'll come back, and what I may do is we'll get this together. I may come back with, I ran out of my screws I was using. These nice 3-inch all-purpose screws, and somebody didn't buy enough of them, so used them all up. So I'm down to nails now, and it's not as easy for me to use nails. So I will probably come back once I get this laid in and all this thing all finished and everything. I'm probably going to come back and sister some sections of the 2x4 just to kind of finish this, so we don't have this gap between that. And you know, there again, that's just a simpler product of me not being a professional carpenter or somebody that does this a lot. Now I will concede that part of my job that I do is building fixtures, so I cut a lot of stuff and all that and so on and so forth, but I don't do this. So this is satisfactory to me. It's as good as I can get it, and I'll come back and add to it later. And if I do another one, then I will improve my design a little bit more. I will refine it. But for now, I'm going to go ahead and cut up my plywood and get it nailed on and the shelf and all that. And something else probably should have done too is I probably should have put that shelf in first, because now I'm going to have to slide it in. But if I do here's what I think is going to happen, and I had to be, again, this is sort of a thing where I'm trying to just use all my scraps up and be as efficient with my board as I can be. That's a 4x8 sheet of plywood. It's not Luan or any of that other cheap crap. That's actual good thick plywood. So to get to 6 foot or so, relative 6 foot, it's right at 6 foot, I guess, length, I have to cut it. I have to cut a section long ways. So I got to do my long cut first. So I'm going to rip it up and set it. I'm going to rip it and get the depth out of it and leave it 8 foot, and then I'm going to come back and I'm going to whack off the end down there as appropriate, and then what's left of it, I should have another 6 foot section of some. If I take about, I don't know how deep this thing turned out. I said 2 foot, but I think it turned out to be a little bit more than that, obviously. So because those insets, they're 2 foot, so I'd say this is closer to about 3.5 or 2.5, 2 3/4, maybe even 3. Let's just look and see. 32 inches, so not quite 3 foot. So like I said, I'm going to bring this out to this 32. It's about 32.5, isn't it? Almost 32.5. I'm going to call it 32.5. So I'm going to have to cut 32.5 inches out of this piece. So that's going to leave me 32 from 48. That's going to leave me a 16 foot. That shelf ain't going to go all the way back, I can tell you that now, because 16 inches is going to be about right there. But hey, I mean, that's, you know, that's what we're going to have to do. Like I said, I'll come back and maybe what I may do is I may just kind of just do this as a temporary shelf for now. And you know, plywood's, that's the thing, plywood's not cheap, so probably what I will do is I will maybe consider later on making another shelf for it, but for right now we're not going to worry about it because it's just going to hold. I'm going to try to get most of the stuff off that thing over there because this is going to go over there, because what I'm going to do, I'm trying to suss this out. Suss is not a word. I don't know why people say that. It sounds funny, but thinking this out, I believe what I'm going to do, this shop, as I've said before, it's kind of, you know, it's not tiny, but space is at a premium. So I gotta have that, you know, got some stuff over here, toolboxes and junk there that they use for outside stuff. But the deal is that we're gonna have to sacrifice one side or the other, and it ain't gonna be this side. So what I believe I'm gonna do is I'm gonna, which I hate to use, it's heavy, but I have to move all this stuff over. And when I park my car in here where it stays, I'm going to start parking it up against the wall over there as close as I can, because that's not a problem, because that's a bench seat and I can get out on this side, so it's no issue there. So we'll just cram it over as far as I can and go with that, and then we'll have hopefully a decent work area over here. So that's what we want. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and get this together, and I'm probably going to just do one last clip or two showing you it in place. That table's about to go away. That poor table. You can't believe I can't hardly believe I've worked off that thing. But show it in place and all finished as far as I'm going to finish it for right now, and then I'll give you a price list. So if anybody's considering duplicating this, again, you can see how much the materials cost. And you know, I'm not any better than anybody else, so you take what I did and you look at the mistakes I may have made on this, and you can improve on that. So that's the deal. That's how that works. So anyway, guys, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to start ripping this, get my sawhorses out and rip this plywood up and get it put on there, and I'll bring you back when we're ready to show the finished product. And the rain came tumbling down. Can you hear me? So anyway, just another little added clip to this. I cut this plywood up, and there wasn't hardly anything left of it. That's all I got, this little piece right here. That's it, that whole piece. And I just had enough left back here to put 2 more strips in to make the remainder of my shelf. I got a little gap right there, but who cares? I got a gap there, who cares? Got a gap there, who cares? It's under there. We're not going to be even seeing that. So there we go. I'm going to put the top on this thing and take a break for a while. It's a big job. Okay guys, I was going to wrap it up for this one. Got my bench moved over and kind of get everything on it I wanted. Can you see it? There it is. So just, you know, basically rearranging. But wow, I'm glad that thing done. Like I said, it's not perfect. You know, I'm an amateur, so it is what it is, but it's going to do the job, I believe. It's at a good height for me to work at. Just come right over here and just do whatever, you know, at a comfortable working height. My little stool, I don't think it's going to work out anymore because it's too short, but it's raining again. Got the car in here the way I envisioned. And I know we've not done much on this car on video lately, but I've been kind of putting the finishing touches on this thing. I've had a couple setbacks with it, had a couple leaks I've had to fix, and one I have not fixed yet. I had to redo the valve covers. You saw a little clip of that on one of the other videos, but had to redo all the valve cover gaskets because I just flubbed it up the first time. So I did that, and I got the valve cover leaks stopped, I believe. And then I had a power steering leak, which I hope is resolved, and that was the, well, there's on the return fitting, there's a little copper washer, and I tried to reuse that, and that's a rule you need to live by. Don't ever, ever, ever try to reuse those. They don't work. So they're so soft, they take an imprint of whatever's been against it. And I have to fix my radiator neck. It's got a pinhole somewhere in there. The solder might have melted out of it because this radiator is the one that came out of that fire car. So, and this thing's not exactly running right. Suddenly, it's kind of breaking up when you rev it up. So I don't know what's up with that. I don't know if I'm problems with my points again or what. I've had problems with those before on this. So same distributor too. I may have an issue going on, or it could be in the carburetor, but I'm going to have to work that out. But I haven't taken you guys along yet because I want to make a good video about this when we're ready to take a drive in it, because I'm just, you know, I feel like the trying to see if an old car will make it around the block thing's kind of getting a little old. It's getting a little stale to me. So I just want to, I like old cars, I like to see them running and driving good and able to go anywhere. So when I got this thing right and it's all squared away, then we're going to hit the highway with it. But until then, thanks for watching and participating and hanging out with me and doing what I can do to make my little small space work for me. So thanks again, and we will see you on another video. Good Lord willing. Bye.